birthday to
Oh,
you.
hey, Tim Schafer.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Day of the Devs.
What's Day of the Devs?
What? You don't know what Day of the Devs is? Day of the Devs is the greatest and definitely the oldest independent games festival that exists. It was started over 10 years ago by Double Fine Productions and I Am 8-Bit to celebrate
Right, so
the best independent games.
here's a reminder of what's happening. This is what we're doing next, Day of the Devs.
Players together to get together, play games, and have a great time. It used to be a physical event only in San Francisco, but now it has gone digital, so the whole world can enjoy it. And we're really excited this year to be part of.
So Day of the Devs now, and after that, Devolver Digital.
Relax, put on your party hats.
This thing? I'm supposed to put this on?
That's right, everybody, put on your party hats. Everybody.
Yeah, I think Summer Games Fest is going to be the new E3.
That's good. Now we're cooking. Put on your party hat and enjoy Day of the Devs.
So I think this is just like more game reveals, but it's more indie focused.
We got a new one today. This is from a good friend Michael Frey and Rafael Munoz. Previously, Michael made a game called Kids with Playables that we published at Double Fine Presents, and this is his new one. It's about the limited time we have on Earth told through the life of a fly. This is called Time Flies.
World premiere!
Hello, everyone. My name is Michael. You might know my work from a game called Plug and Play. I co-founded a company called Playables where we made a game called Kids. But today we're going to talk about this guy in my upcoming project. That is a collaboration.
I wasted ink and paper for this presentation.
Who is the principal programmer on the game. The project we're collaborating on is called Time Flies.
I mean, he could have had a fucking tablet to like show those images. He didn't have to like print them out on separate pieces of paper. Oh.
Time Flies is about a limited
Okay,
time in
then.
this world. In Switzerland, where I'm right now,
The
we
life
have a
expectancy is 83
expectancy of
seconds.
84 years. In the US, it's about 77 years. So you have a little bit less time to achieve the things you want in your life.
This seems like a weird concept. You play as a fly that has a really short time span. Dead.
In Time Flies, the things you can achieve are nicely prepared on a bucket list. This is a very small part of that bucket list. So
I
these are the things you
might
can do in the
be
world.
interested in this, maybe. I'm not sure. It kind of reminds me of, fuck, what was that game called? Untitled Goose Game? It kind of has that sort of thing going on. Oh. Okay. Yeah, with the checklist there, that definitely does have the same energy as, like, Untitled Goose Game. Banana overgrounds. Alright. Go on tour.
The game is coming to PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, PC and Mac sometime next year. Please visit timeflies.buzz where you can sign up for the newsletter so you get updated when it's out, or you find a link to the Steam page where you can wishlist the game.
Someone's gonna have to remind me of this game when it comes out, because I might end up forgetting this by the time it eventually releases. I do like little quirky stuff like this. It might be something I would enjoy. Oh, that's a very encouraging, uplifting thing for you to put in your...
Our next game is Planet of Lana, the debut title from Sweden-based Wishfully Studios and published by Thunderful Publishing. The gameplay is reminiscent of dark side-scrollers like Inside and Little Nightmares, but the vibes could not be more different. Who are these enigmatic enemies? What do they want with Lana's sister and her world?
Apparently
What
this
other
goes on
secrets are there to
for...
uncover in this
I don't know if it goes on for 2 hours, but Devolver happens in 2 hours from now, so it might be a 2-hour show.
I'm the creative director at Wishfully. We're a small indie game studio in Sweden making Planet of Lana.
So yeah, I'm guessing this will be about 2 hours, and then after that will be Devolver, so I'm guessing it's going to be like 20-30 minutes.
That has been taken away by an invading robot army. Early on in the game, Lana meets the mystical creature Mui. You quickly develop a strong bond and friendship to Mui, and she proves to be both intelligent and loyal.
Nice physics on that rope there.
Being her own personality, Mui also has things that she's afraid of. But being small and agile also has its advantages. For example, being able to reach places that you can't. She also has this special ability she can use to control some of the strange creatures.
Gameplay-wise, this looks like Abe's Odyssey, except you have a partner character that you, like, work together with. It's like a mix of Abe's Odyssey and A Boy and His Blob. I don't know if anyone here has played A Boy and His Blob. That's an interesting game.
Together, you have to make it through both the harsh and beautiful environments of Novo. Past dangerous robots, through deep and cold caves, unraveling long-forgotten mysteries that all lead to your destined future.
Speaking of Abe's Odyssey and whatnot, I need to get around to playing that game that came out. What was it called again? Storm Soul or something? Like, it came out last year. I haven't got around to that yet.
It's really a labor of love, and we're very excited here at Wishfully to bring you what
Soulstorm, yeah,
is a truly unique adventure. And beyond the companion-based puzzle solving and hand-painted art style, you will experience an engaging story with twists and turns that hopefully will stay with you long after the credits have rolled. Planet of Lana is coming to Xbox and PC this year, and you can wishlist right now at Steam or sign up at our newsletter at planetoflana.com.
Planet of Lana, right.
This next title from 2-Star Games is quite literally an on-the-rails shooter. You and your little yellow train with its mounted machine gun and exquisite collection of bobbleheads will face off against a demonic, clown-faced train who is hell-bent on devouring human flesh. This is Choo Choo Charles.
Hey, I'm Gavin, I'm the solo developer behind 2-Star Games, and I'm currently making Choo Choo Charles.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Is that a fucking creepypasta Thomas the Tank Engine with spider legs?
It's an open-world horror game where you navigate an island in an old train, upgrade it over time, and then use it to fight an evil spider train named Charles.
Okay, this is very different.
If you pump enough lead into his face, that'll probably encourage him to run off and find something else to eat.
Have you seen this on YouTube or something? I don't know actually.
You have one goal above all else, and that's to summon Charles to a 1v1 and fight him to the death. To do that, you'll need to explore the open world, looting abandoned areas and completing missions for the locals to gain powerful new weapons and scraps that you can use to upgrade your train's speed, armor, and damage. need to leave the relative safety of your train and venture out on foot. This is where things get really dangerous, with Charles constantly roaming around looking for his next meal, and camps of shotgun-wielding cultists looking for someone to feed to him.
Surely the Thomas the Tankin Dankin can't come down here. Or can it?
After collecting 3 heavily guarded gems from abandoned mines around the island, you'll place the gems on one of the shrines, angering Charles and drawing him to your location.
I'm not really into horror games, but I'm just intrigued by the fucking... What was it called, Charles?
Because it might be unwise to wander too far from your train. If you do encounter Charles while you're roaming around, it doesn't matter what you do now because you have truly angered the beast, and you'll either escape with your life or see it flash before your eyes.
Oh, there he is. Oh, fuck.
If it sounds like something for you, be sure to follow and wishlist.
I might be interested in that. That seems kind of cool, actually. Again, I'm not really into horror games, but it doesn't look like it's got jump scares. At least I hope not. Like, that part didn't have any jump scares in it.
Because it's a IMAbit Presents published title. It's called Escape Academy, and think of it like Hogwarts, but for escape rooms. It's from developer Coin Crew Games, and they hail from the arcade amusement space. They've designed escape rooms in real life. Better they talk about their game than me. Here they are.
Hey, I'm Mike.
I'm Wyatt.
And I'm Michelle, the art director.
Wait, am I supposed to say I'm the... Hey, I'm Mike.
I'm Wyatt. We're the founders.
And I'm Michelle, the art director.
Why does that guy in the middle have fucking Larry Bundy Jr.'s, like, Hawaiian coat?
Once more with feeling.
But, hello, you!
I'm Wyatt.
And I'm Michelle.
And we're Coin Crew Games. When Coin Crew Games was founded, we were actually building real-world escape rooms and arcade machines, but when the pandemic hit, we needed to pivot. So we decided to take those learnings, building real-world escape rooms, and transpose them into a digital format, and thus Escape Academy was born.
You know, I've never tried an escape room before. I should maybe look into that at some point.
Sufficient power. Probability of your expulsion, high.
Escape Academy is an escape room adventure game that you can play either single player or co-op. You play as a student at this titular, mysterious Escape Academy where you get to master the art of puzzle solving and train to become the ultimate escapist.
What are you waiting for? A room full of gas is no place to relax.
We're all fans of escape rooms, so when we couldn't find a digital, authentic escape room experience, we decided to make one ourselves.
Walls are often misleading at the Academy.
Escape Academy isn't just a puzzle game, it's an escape room game, and it brings that play pattern home. We have a huge amount of puzzles in this game, and they never repeat. And in addition to that, you can solve every puzzle using just your mind, no dexterity required, although you may want to bring a paper and pencil.
The academic theming gave us the leverage to create a wide variety of rooms that support the narrative and put players in situations they would never find themselves in real-life escape rooms.
When we were designing the game, it was really helpful to have the experience of both playing a lot of escape rooms and designing real-world escape rooms as sort of a design anchor to buoy us to.
I kinda like this.
I did not anticipate the rodent assisting you. Bad turmeric. Sadly, that rat will be no help in bypassing my lasers.
We really took our time to create an eclectic cast of students and faculty members that help guide you throughout the academic journey of Escape Academy.
Building on the lessons that you
Nice
get
music.
in each room and raising the stakes throughout your journey at the Academy was definitely a design pillar we wanted to make sure came through in the final game.
You've been in a couple of escape rooms, they're pretty fun. Does this look like an escape room? This has an escape room vibe to it, based on what we're seeing here.
Escape Academy is coming to Xbox, PlayStation, and PC on July 14th, and will be available day one on Xbox Game Pass.
And
Oh, that's
you can
cool,
wishlist
Game
us
Pass.
today on Steam.
We'll see you at the Academy.
Thanks!
I may check this out then. Next month.
This game's for all those fans of organization out there, all those organizers. It's from a studio called Max Inferno, and it's a game about getting things lined up just right. It's called A Little to the Left.
Alright. Knock knock, it's Knuckles. Wait, what's going on here?
Hi, I'm Annie.
Hi, and I'm Lucas, and we are Max Inferno.
Yep, and we're really excited to share with you today a cozy puzzle game that we've been working on called A Little to the Left.
So you're just making everything neat and
A
tidy?
Little to the Left is a game where you sort, stack, and tidy up the house. In each
Oh, my
level,
favorite.
puzzles are hidden among regular household objects, and you solve them by arranging items in a very particular way.
This is a weird,
Many of the levels have
weird game
multiple
idea.
solutions. It's all about observation and imagining the different structures that could be at play.
Salting
takes
NES
inspiration
cartridges?
from our
Sure, why
own
not?
and some of our own little tendencies. Another big source of inspiration for the game is our cat, Rookie,
Nice stop motion there.
who should be around here somewhere. Occasionally,
Wait, is this cat
cat
lateral
will be on the
damage?
periphery of your gameplay and undo your tidy work, just to shake things up a little bit. The game starts off pretty simple, but as you progress, the logic behind the puzzles becomes a little more surreal.
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of low-key interested in this because it's such a different concept from most other indie games I've seen.
Up in A Little to the Left. Actually,
I've never
every
seen a
game
game that does something like this before. Where it's like you clean stuff in your house, but it's like got a puzzle element to it.
out of our favorite puzzles. And you earn fun badges too.
It looks like a nice relaxing game as well.
Well, thanks for stopping by.
We hope you enjoy A Little to the Left when it releases later this year.
See you later.
Bye.
Yeah, I could see this being like a kind of satisfying game. Like just a very chill zen like experience sort of thing. Looks like there's like all sorts of things you can do in this one. Yeah, I might check that out.
I've been excited about this one ever since it was announced ages ago. It's from developer Gummy Cat. It's called Bear and Breakfast. And the title says it all. You're a bear, you run in bed and breakfast in the woods, and it's really freaking fun. We're debuting a brand new animated trailer, a bunch of gameplay you've never seen, and finally announcing a release date.
I've never heard of this game. I'm guessing it was announced somewhere else. I wonder how much of the indie game marketing budget went into making this animation.
I'm Ioana.
Oh.
And I'm Radesh.
Okay then.
From Gummy Cat in Romania.
Today, we're showing you our first game called Bear and Breakfast. It's a laid-back management adventure game where you build and run a B&B in the woods, but you're a bear.
In Bear and Breakfast, you play as Hank, a young, curious bear from Silver Valley who lives in a small home with his mom and two best friends. We grew up on management sims. Games like Theme Hospital were big inspirations for us, but we also wanted to make a game that tells a story alongside the usual management stuff. So it turns out that humans are coming back for some reason.
I like the walking animation. It looks pretty good.
There's old rundown buildings all over the place, and you're just the bear for the job. The game follows a linear story that you advance by solving quests. A lot of them involve finding materials, building rooms, crafting furniture, and decorating stuff. The actual furniture you do make awards different kinds of points. For instance, beds give comfort, showers give hygiene, that type of thing. You have to make sure that your room scores are high enough to satisfy whatever your guests are asking for. Each type of score comes with its own challenges. For example, later on you'll need to cook food for your guests through a minigame. There's a lot more to Bear and Breakfast, but you can play at your own pace since the game won't rush you. Oh, and there's definitely no creepy subplot hidden somewhere in the forest.
We're very excited to be part of Day of the Devs this year, and we can't wait to introduce you all to Hank and his friends when Bear and Breakfast launches later this summer. Thank you.
Sorry if I was quiet throughout that whole thing. It looks alright. I don't know if this will be my kind of game exactly. I'm not really good at like management type stuff. It looks cute though. It's funny, like this has got a lot more depth to it compared to the game prior, but I think I'm more interested in the game that they announced before this one. A little to the left. So yeah, funny how that works. Also, that's nice artwork. I like that. Coming to Steam.
So I don't want to say a lot about this next one. It's full of secrets and puzzles and mystery that are best discovered on your own. It's a beautiful game from a studio called Shared Memory. It's a pixel art Metroidvania full of interesting creatures.
Oh.
It's called Animal Well.
Hi, I'm Bill.
I like
Gass.
Metroidvanias.
Today I'm going to be showing you a game I've been working on called Animal Well. In Animal Well, you explore a surreal and
Oh, this looks nice.
pixel art labyrinth that is filled with secrets.
This looks really nice looking. Like, I love the neon colors of this one.
As you explore, you'll encounter various creatures, but it's not always clear if they're friendly or not, so it's best to proceed with some amount of caution.
Dead.
Throughout the game, you're going to find various items that will give you new abilities and help you solve some puzzles.
Oh, Jesus.
Every item in the game has multiple uses, but you're going to have to experiment if you want to figure out what they all are. Animal Well is a pixel art game. That's not just a pander to nostalgia. Instead, I'm viewing it as a technical opportunity. A 4K TV screen has 144 times as many pixels, but that means I have 144 times as much processing power to apply to each pixel. Throughout the game, you'll see a lot of things like fluid sims or
Some interesting logic there, I guess.
that haven't really been used in a pixel art game before.
I mean, as far as pixel art games go, this looks really nice. I mean, look at that. Look at those fucking water particles. Jesus Christ.
The base layer is something the average person can play through and enjoy to completion.
Oh, that's neat.
But then there's a second layer, which for most games you would consider this part like 100%ing the game. There are lots of hidden items in nooks and crannies throughout the world. They're not obvious, and you might need some help to find these. The third layer has puzzles that don't really present themselves as puzzles. They might go unnoticed for years, potentially, or they might require...
Yeah, I kind of want this.
To solve.
What was this one called again?
There's a puzzle in this video.
Animal Well? It says it up there, animalwell.net.
To understand. But the first 10 people to figure it out...
Also, is that a DS box art for Picross?
You can maybe wishlist it. But yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, I don't know when this one is coming out, but I'm interested. I love the presentation of this one. Plus, I enjoy Metroidvanias, so I'm all for it. For some reason, it's not coming to Switch. That's weird. You think a
Next
pixel
up is
Metroidvania would
a
go to Switch as well?
Exploration game.
At least it's
where
coming
you
to
play as a
Steam.
Water nymph, traversing a zen and peaceful world. This game comes to us from Highwarp, a solo developer from Spain.
Hi, I'm really happy to be part of the 10th anniversary of Day of the Devs at this exciting Summerfest edition. I'm Melwin from Highwarp, a solo dev indie studio from Spain, working on bringing to life very unique and personal games. I would like to share with you a preview of Naiad, a relaxing and colorful exploration adventure about flowing by a river. I put all my love creating every part of this game, so please enjoy.
Please take a look. Highwarp. Or Naiad? Naiad? Oh, Highwarp is the developer name, right? Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing.
The journey starts with the birth of a little water nymph at the spring of the river. Naiad will grow up and mature, obtaining vitality from floating leaves and flowers, learning to swim like a duck, dive like a fish, dance like a frog, finding other adorable friends like butterflies, rabbits, snakes, turtles, crocodiles, and much more. Help them to find their way, avoiding obstacles and dangers, using your skills. You will immerse through a lot of beautiful places like a deep forest, a dark cave, a joyful creek, and more. Water, symbolizing life, starts pure and fresh, and little by little it will be fading into dark. You can sing to regenerate the nature, making sprout flowers in your path. And you must do your best, because the humans are controlling this river wall. Humans create their own fake rivers, like these noisy roads with strange smoke creatures. You are the guardian of this river, and that seems to be a difficult task, but don't be afraid, because a tiny cloud will take care of you from the sky. The beautiful hair of Nayad is like its vitality. You can make it grow up under the sunrise, change its color, even tie small flowers on it. Creating Nayad, I focused on a wholesome experience. Enjoy it at your own pace, exploring and flowing.
Nayad will be available for PC and consoles by the end of this year.
It looks like a relaxing game. I do like the swimming physics, like the swimming animation looks really fucking good. Like, you don't see that kind of thing very often. Not sure if this game will be for me, but I do like the presentation of it. Looks like another one of those like Zen-like games that you could just like, you know, really get into. That looks nice. Nighttime with like constellations reflecting in the water.
If you ever find yourself longing for the good old days,
Seems
then
really
why not
fluid,
take a
no
trip
pun
back to the Stone
intended.
Age in this cooperative life and farming simulation game from Sodaden and Cryptico. Hunt and gather to care for your settlement, explore the ancient world around you, and best of all, become a friend to the mammoths. This is Roots of Pachá.
Hi, I'm Timo, co-founder of Sodaden along with my brother.
Hi, I'm Karen, the narrative designer. We're based in San Diego, with the rest of the
What an
team.
unfortunate name.
Hola a todos, I am Dancer, the main artist.
And I'm Johnny, Timo's brother. We are the team developing Roots of Pachá, a farming sim set in the Stone Age where you help your clan develop the ideas that shape humanity.
In a time when there weren't stores to buy seeds or anything else, you'll build your village from the ground up. Instead of using money, you'll transform the world around you by contributing and working with your clan.
I've never really played a farming sim before, so I'm not sure if this will be for me.
Land, discovering plants and resources along the way.
It just looks a bit like Stardew Valley, kind
Many
of.
of the ideas you develop were the cornerstones of early civilizations, like farming, domesticating animals, and the creation of tools that are now common.
I thought he was milking that boar, but no, he was getting the fur from it.
Ideas will build on one another, and after a while, you'll find your community transformed.
Stardew Valley mixed with Populous. I've never heard of that game, but I know what Stardew Valley is.
You'll venture into the caves to meet the spiritual world, to try and explain who you are and why you're here.
Populous was made by Bullfrog, the same people behind Theme Hospital. Ah.
The game's Stone Age setting was inspired by the book The Clan of the Cave Bear. Roots of Pachá is set in simpler times, but the
A
setting
Link
is
to the
still
Past.
complex.
Nice reference, bro.
For example, finding something to eat went from satisfying a basic need to making a dish and creating a reason to gather. As you discover ways to make life easier, you'll find time to experience all the fun Pachá's world has to offer.
Totally not Guitar Hero.
You'll get to know your clan, meet others living around you, and maybe even find that special someone.
You can get married in this game. Alright.
Our love of farming sims.
Isn't that something you can do in Rune Factory, where you can, like, get married?
To the next level. With Roots of Pachá, we want to make our own unique contribution to the genre.
Hey there, MSP.
We're working on this project with all of our hearts. We're super excited for you to play the final version. In the meantime, we have a brand new demo that just went live today.
Thanks for having us. Muchas gracias.
So yeah, game looks alright. I'm not sure if it's for me because I've never played, like, you know, farming sims or whatever. But it looks okay. It looks fine.
And now I am very pleased to present a world premiere from our friends at Us2 Games, the folks who brought you Monument Valley, Alba, and a bunch of other really, really cool games. Here it is.
You know what game I want to get? Fucking, what was it called? Pal World? The game that looks like Pokemon but with fucking guns? Like, where is that? I want to see more of that.
At Us2 Games, we really try and take what's meaningful and great about games and deliver that to everybody. So with Monument Valley, we made people care about...
Am I the only one that really wants to play Pal Worlds?
And with Alba Wildlife Adventure, we took open world games and packaged that into a kind of theme about saving an island that more people are going to want to engage with than just the hardcore. And with this game, what we really want to do is take these genres that we really love, like roguelike games and turn-based tactics, add a little bit of sports game in there.
Why did they put the
and
words
themes
on
about
like that?
dreams and conflicting fears, and really package that together into something that feels really unique. In the game, you play the role of Desta, who's a young person in their early 20s.
You've seen clips of Pal World, yeah. Pal World is fucking crazy. I really want to play it.
And their family and their friends. There's a few of them that were a little bit broken, and they were broken because they didn't really have the words to say, and their father, who used to be a big part of their life, unfortunately passes away, and they don't have those tools and that person to lean on to bridge that gap. So they manage to go home, they find this old ball they used to play with their dad, and when they try and fall asleep with it, they find themselves in a world between worlds, neither asleep nor awake. And when they're in this, they can explore these moments, these memories, and solve these creative problems through a ball game. And when they do that, they find the right words to say to confront these people.
The people we're going to be meeting in Desta's dreams are people who were significant to Desta before they left town a couple of years back. And there are lots of people they don't know quite as well, too, and some people who have been shaped by Desta's impression of them in their dreams. But they've all had profound impact on Desta's life. These characters are really interesting because all of them are interwoven as part of Desta's story.
So yeah, since you just joined us, MSP, we watched Summer Games Fest. We are now watching, I think it's called Day of the Devs. It's basically a show focused on indie games that are coming out.
Desta become who they are today, and they've taught Desta a number of different things.
And after this, we've got Devolver Digital Showcase, which is the thing I'm most excited for tonight. So that's happening in about an hour and a half from now. So I'm guessing this is how long this is going to go on for.
Perseverance and reawakening. No pun intended.
It feels like we've been able to put a lot of ourselves into this.
But yeah, you're going to start seeing me like stream. Technically, it's not E3, but you know, it's we might as well just classify it as E3. Because close enough, I guess. It's like, you know, presentations focused on game announcements and upcoming projects and whatnot.
Dwelling over how you might have said.
So I'm going to be doing a bunch of those this coming week, like the Microsoft presentation is this weekend, for example.
It's definitely got more depth and more game mechanics than anything.
We got a Capcom thing next week. We've got a few things happening.
We're really looking forward to telling you more about Desta, the memories between, in the coming weeks and the coming months.
Anyway, I didn't really know what to think about Desta. I don't know if that was really for me at all.
Shim. It's a shadow platformer. You're
Shim?
a little blobby character platforming around inside shadows, and a game with a really cool minimalist graphic art style. I hope you like it.
Hi, I'm Ewout and I'm the developer of Schim.
And I'm Niels from
Oh, that's how you spell
and
it?
I help Ewout develop Schim. We're located in the north of the Netherlands in a town called Leeuwarden.
We are a team of 2, plus the talented people at Moonseller who do the audio.
Oh, you move in the shadow?
Where you move around in shadows. You play as a Schim, a shadow creature.
Oh, I see.
As a whole, Schim is made to be approachable for a variety of players. At its core, it's about jumping around in shadows and platforming towards the end of a level.
This kinda looks like something I would be interested in.
Each shadow has their own schim.
I kind of like this concept actually.
The player plays around as a schim of a human. However, this schim is separated from their person, and it's up to you to find your way back. In the game, you will also help other schim characters who have also been separated from their shadow. You can
I
help
like the
them
idea of
by
a
finding
platformer
their
where you're like jumping between shadows so you don't die in the light.
Schim takes big inspiration from the feeling of playing as a child. Playing imaginary games with made up rules. Move around in shadows and jump to the next shadow.
Yeah, this is a really fucking neat concept. Sometimes you wonder why people never came up with this idea sooner. Yeah, I'd be down for this. Shim looks pretty fun. I like how when you're standing on the shadow of like something that moves like a truck, like you're actually being pushed along with it. Like you're standing on an active platform. Well, that's a nice touch.
Hi everyone, and thank you Dev the Dev for having us this year. I'm Anne, the manager of Asobu, a community hub for indie game creators in Tokyo. We have a space where people can come to work and meet other people, do small gatherings.
Oh hey, look, I see a Mario.
We are helping Japanese devs by introducing them to platforms.
Are they allowed to show that? Are they allowed to show Mario?
Marketing, or as usually they don't speak English, helping them to apply to overseas events like this one.
Oh hey, is this that?
And we also do
Fuck, is this that like game they shown during the Indie World? I forgot what it was called.
Like our big Asobu Indie Showcase, which will be aired this summer in English and Japanese, or our monthly stream indie collection, and podcasts, and many other things you can check on YouTube and Twitch. But first, let's check two really cool Japanese titles.
Fox and Frog Travelers, the Demon of Adeshino Island. Okay.
Fox and Frog Travelers, The Demon of Arashino Island, is a 3D action-adventure game with a Japanese-inspired atmosphere. You will play as Fox, a girl who finds herself on Arashino Island and starts traveling with Frog. Torii gates, fusto lantern and neon gives light and color to the island. But something is lurking in the shadows, inching even closer.
Stranger danger. Oh shit.
Fox and Frog Travelers is developed by Rias, an illustrator and concept
Yeah, it does look
artist who came
like
up with the
that
idea
sort of style.
based on
I
one
kinda
of his
like that.
illustrations.
You don't see that style recreated in like modern games nowadays.
Fox and Frog Long Journey Through the Night is planned for release in a few years.
In a few years? Oh. Okay, that's way off then. So what, that's coming out in 2025? Jesus. Hey there, Green.
First game of the young solo developer Yo Fuji, Goodbye World is a narrative game about two young indie game creators, the shy Kani and the extrovert Kumade.
These so-called pixel art graphics are just normal
Mixing
illustrations shrunk
influences
in
from comics
size.
like Ghost World and games like The Beginner's Guide or Mother 3. Goodbye World is a tale about the passion and struggles that comes with game creation. Through 13 chapters of the story, rendered in beautiful pixel art in a resolution close to the Super NES and Game Boy Advance.
I guess that's kinda cool. It's kinda meta that there's like this is an indie game that's like about like making indie games.
Goodbye World is due out on Steam later this year. If you like those games, don't hesitate to wishlist and to follow the devs on Twitter. And if you are interested by Japanese indie scene or indie games, you can follow us on Twitter, on Discord, chat
I
with
might
us,
keep an eye
and
out for
watch our
Goodbye
indie
World.
chapters,
That one
which
might be
is,
fun.
coming this summer. And thank you again for watching, and Day of the Devs for having us.
The process of moving to a new city can be daunting. Our next game, Birth, from solo developer Madison Carr, who hails from Chicago, explores the idea of quelling loneliness through this puzzle adventure.
Hi, my name is Madison, and I am making a game called Birth. Birth is a point-and-click puzzle game about living alone in a large city. In order to quell your loneliness, you decide to create a creature, a friend, a partner for yourself.
You know what I should do in the
by
future?
collecting spare bones and organs that you find.
Like,
while
I should
traversing the
make a compilation of like all the games that really interest me in these presentations, because there's like a lot of games where I'm like,
You will
it's
explore
not really for
libraries
me.
and post offices.
I should like just stitch together all the moments where it's like the stuff that I'm actually looking forward to or like really intrigued by. Because I feel like that would make for a more interesting like watch, rather than watch half the presentation where I'm like,
And you will get to know them by searching through their personal belongings.
Plus, it would be a nice way to help me remind myself which games I'm actually
Their
looking
laptops
forward
and
to.
phones, their cabinets and their notebooks.
As for this one, don't know about this one, to be honest. I'm still kind of excited about the one where you're like cleaning up your house.
Within these
As
personal
fucking
belongings,
weird
there
as that might sound.
Some are physics-based, some are pattern.
I mean, this one has some puzzles in it as well. But I don't know if it has the same, like,
There are no instructions. and
oddly
you will rarely
satisfying vibe that the other ones seem to have from a little to the left.
Alongside the main game, there are optional hidden tokens that you can find to unlock secret buildings and treasures. Birth comes out this August. I made this game with my whole heart, and I hope that you like it.
The fuck is going on there? Yeah, catch the spiders in a bowl.
In our next title, How to Say Goodbye, you play as the ghost of a person who's recently died and is embarking on the journey of accepting their own death. The mechanics underscore the message.
Was she
that
wearing a
there's
Brutal
always
Legends t-shirt?
You may get stuck, but you can always stop, reevaluate, and keep moving. It's all just part of the puzzle.
Oh yeah, it is? Okay.
Hi, I'm Florian, co-author of the upcoming narrative puzzle game, How to Say Goodbye.
Those
In How to
things...
Say Goodbye, you help a group of quirky ghosts overcome various obstacles and conundrums.
Those weird little,
by
like,
reorganizing
oblong
their
ghost things kind of look like the ones you see in that one, like, Rhythm Heaven minigame. The one where you're, like, hitting them with a fucking arrow. Anyone know what I'm talking about?
Moving one tile will also push the surrounding tiles.
Yeah, Sneaky Spirits. I think that's what it is. Anyway, yeah, this concept seems interesting, like where you're like moving things on a grid.
The puzzle elements are only moved around, but never removed. So, just like a Rubik's Cube, the puzzles never end up in a state where you can't solve them.
I suppose that's kind of cool, that you can, like, you will eventually be able to, you know, solve the puzzle. But I hope, unlike the Rubik's Cube, it's not going to take me 5 million years to get it done.
Follow various characters looking to discover why they are still here and how to move on while trying to escape the grasp of an evil wizard who doesn't know how to let go. How to Say Goodbye tells a story of loss and grief, but we intend the experience to be as gentle, kind, and positive as possible. If this sounds like something that you would be interested in, please wishlist the game. It would mean a lot to us. Thank you.
Yeah, there's the sneaky spirits, you see them? Somebody get a bow and arrow, quick. What was the name of this game again? How to Say Goodbye? Right, okay then. I might keep an eye out for that one. Oh, hey Tim Schafer.
Oh, hi. Well, wasn't that a great show? And a great cake, and it's all gone. And
Video game industry veteran Tim Schafer, TM.
Thank you to all the developers for making such fantastic games and for bringing them here for everyone to enjoy.
Special thanks to all of our generous sponsors. You've always been there for us, and we could not do this without you. PlayStation, Idea Xbox, Nintendo, Steam, Epic Games Store. Y'all are awesome.
Epic!
Thank you. Extra special thanks to Dose One, the Magic Man, for supplying all the beats and sound effects and tunes you hear in every Summer Game Fest edition of Day of the Devs. We couldn't have done any of this without you, or at least it'd be really quiet and kind of suck.
We're not done with the Day of the Devs 10th anniversary just yet. If you go to dayofthedevs.com and sign up for our newsletter, you will be amongst the first to hear about all the excitement that's to come this year.
Other than that, thank you so much to everybody who watched, and we'll see you next year. Bye.
Okay, so that's the, I guess that's the end.
But it is actually
Oh.
not. Day of the Devs continues with a special after-party performance by the one and only Peter Berkman of Anamanaguchi fame. He's debuting new music from a game you've probably never heard of. It's called Little Nemo and the Guardians of Starland.
Oh.
And the reason you haven't heard of it is because it's debuting on Kickstarter at this very freaking moment.
A Little Nemo
See you
game.
later. Thanks for
Huh.
tuning in to Day of the Devs Summer Game Fest Edition. Bye.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know there was a new Little Nemo game in development. Right, since this is by a certain artist, it might get content claims, so I'm just gonna mute that. Okay, so Day of the Devs was decent, it was alright. There was some games in there that kind of interested me. A little to the left was, like, the most intriguing one of the bunch. There was, like, a couple other ones in there as well that I cannot remember the names of, sadly, but... Again, I should really, you know, try to make something of an effort to, like, put together a compilation of, like, the stuff that really interests or excites me with these, like, presentations. So, I saw some of the pixel art there for Little Nemo. It looks pretty good. I don't know if anyone's ever played Little Nemo on NES. It's actually a pretty decent platformer. It's made by Capcom. I don't think this is a Capcom game though. I think this is like an indie game because Capcom don't own the rights to Little Nemo. They just used the license back in the day. Back in the, what was it, like late 80s that game came out? That was like fucking 3 decades ago. Jesus. I'm getting old, guys. We're all getting old, but I feel like I'm older than most. So, this Little Nemo game, they said it was on Kickstarter. I'm gonna look real quick, hang on a minute. I'm gonna type Little Nemo in Kickstarter.com and see if I can find it. Oh wait, there's the website there, bit.ly, Little Nemo KS. Right, hang on a minute. Bit.ly I can type today. Little Nemo KS. I'm guessing KS stands for Kickstarter. Ah, here it is. Little Nemo in the Guardians of Slumberland. So hang on, I'll show you this real quick. One moment, just try and move this window over here. Right, okay, so here it is, launching June 9th. That's when the Kickstarter starts, which is today, so it's actually already got some backers. They're looking for £50,000, which I'm not sure how much that is in dollars, but I'm guessing it's maybe about, I don't know, $75,000, I'm assuming. Like, that's ballpark estimate. Right, so here we go. Hang on a minute. Let me just zoom this in a little bit so you can see this better. You're not missing much in the background, by the way. Little Nemo in the Guardians of Slumberland takes the retro NES-era platformer gameplay of Capcom and Nintendo favourites and bring it to the vast, non-linear world that has been lovingly hand-animated frame by frame. You'll explore as you collect new ability-granting toys and PJs, discover the enchanting lands inspired by Winsor McClay's Little Nemo comics, and encounter a colourful cast of characters, all through the nostalgic lens of the 80s/90s kid. So it's inspired by the original, like, NES Little Nemo. That sounds promising, like the fact that they're, like, using that as partial inspiration for this game. The target release date is for the end of 2023, right, so we're still a ways off, like a year and a half from now. Launching on Switch and Windows via Steam. Good. Based. I'm glad it's coming to Steam and itch.io. Right, okay, so let's have a look. About the game. Slumberland and the wonders of dreams besieged by the mysterious oblivion which threatens to destroy the precious world and its inhabitants. It's up to you, Nemo, to save them. Explore Slumberland and collect... So wait a minute, is this a Metroidvania? It's sounding like it's an exploration game and not a linear platformer, so I think this might be a Metroidvania style game. That sounds cool. That sounds cool. I like that. Yeah, look at that, inspired by Super Metroid, so I think this is like a Metroidvania style game, guys. I mean, look, Hollow Knight, Super Metroid, Wonder Boy. It's also inspired by DuckTales, Yoshi's Island. There's a lot of like inspirations here, holy shit. I'm interested in this now. That may be the biggest surprise of all today, just seeing this. I'm just having a look through this website. Let's see. Slumberland is a large, seamless world made up of distinct and thematic zones, each full of new areas to explore and hidden rewards to discover. Each zone is being carefully crafted to have its own unique look and atmosphere. Ah, okay. I like this. Yep, it's a Metroidvania, confirmed. Oh, this is so cool. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of A Boy and His Blob as well, like the art style. Like, you know, the Way Forward game. Oh, I want this now. So, let's have a look at the rewards. Hang on a minute. So, $10. That's the basic one. $20. So, $20 gets you a digital copy of the game, a wallpaper pack, digital illustrated manual, a Sleepyhead role in Discord, credited as Sleepyhead, and exclusive in-game items. Estimated delivery December 2023. Okay. So, that's how much you need to back. I might back this, actually. I think I'm going to do that later. $35 gets you a couple extra things. It gives you the digital art book and digital soundtrack. $60. Sleepwalker role, credited as a Sleepwalker, early build access. That's cool. Playtesting livestream access. $150 gets you your pet as a constellation. Alright. $250. This one, on top of everything else, will give you add a stuffed animal or toy to Nemo's bedroom. Right, so you get to, like, add that in. Interesting. $500. You get featured as a bust in the palace. Cool. $1,000. Like, this stuff I'm never gonna fucking get. Like, I can't afford this shit, but I like to look at it. Guardian role. Design Nemo's cat after your own. $2,500. Right, okay then, so if I back this, which I probably will, I'm just going to go for the $20 tier. Like, that's about £16 in my currency. So yeah, I'm kind of interested in this. This seems pretty good. Let me bring this back. So here's what the game looks like. Like they show a little bit of the pixel art here. It looks good. Sorry, I couldn't play the music because I wasn't sure if that artist, you know, like they made a big deal out of the artist composing the music during that bit, so I was thinking, yeah, it could be, you know, DMCA. Oh. Why is that loud? Right, okay, there we go. Okay, so we got another showcase here, Anna Piranha, or whatever. That's next month. Right, never mind. Right, there you go, there's Day of the Devs. That was alright. Little Nemo at the end was a really nice surprise. I never thought we'd get a brand new Little Nemo video game, and one that's inspired by, like, Metroidvanias, which, you know what, like I said earlier, I like Metroidvanias. I'm totally down for that. Right, so the Devolver thing happens in about an hour from now, I think, so I might do something else to pass the time. Maybe, like, do a few matches of Fortnite or something, I'm not sure. I had to think about what I could do right now to pass the time while we wait for the Devolver Digital thing to begin. Skinny Jimmy, good name. Thanks for watching!
The Games and Online Harassment Hotline is a text message-based, anonymous, and confidential emotional support hotline, and it's created specifically for the gaming community. Because we're gamers and creators, and we want to help each other.
Gamers!
So,
sorry.
How does it work? Well, you text us, and we listen. Our hotline is 100% anonymous. We can talk about
I hope you
anything
stream
need
Super
to,
Metroid
and
soon,
only
because
what you
I'd be
want to.
down for watching you play that.
Games and Online Harassment Hotline is an inclusive resource for anyone. No
I'm just gonna keep this muted. We don't need to listen to this, really. Like, this isn't really video game announcements. So yeah, Day of the Devs was pretty good. Summer Games Fest was also pretty good. I'm not sure how I'm gonna upload those to YouTube. Like, maybe I'll just upload those as two separate things, because I don't think I'm gonna put up like a 3-hour chunk. I think I'll just, like, you know, they were about an hour and a half each, so yeah, I think that's how I'm gonna go about it. Or wait, one of them was 2 hours, one of them was 1 hour, I think. I'm not sure, I forgot. Something like that. But yeah, that was a pretty decent showcase there for Summer Games Fest in general. I thought that was way better than what we got last year from Jeff Keighley. The most excited thing that I had over all of that was just the announcement of the release date of Shredder's Revenge, which is a week today, actually. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I hope you guys are as well. I'm going to have to see if the developers confirm whether or not that game is cross-play compatible, like you can play online with other platforms. I really hope that's the case, because it's coming to Game Pass, and one of my other friends could play that on Game Pass with me, but I also want to play it with Moo, who doesn't have an Xbox, so I'm going to have to do research on that. That's something I'm going to be looking into. Speaking of indie games, since we mentioned Hollow Knight, whatever happened to Silksong? Like, didn't they announce that like forever ago? It's up to 6 players co-op online. Yeah, you can play up to 6 players. What I'm wondering though is, can you play across multiple platforms, or are you just like stuck to the same platform? Because if it's same platform only, then I'm gonna have to buy the Switch version, because I want to play that with Moo. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with buying the Switch version, but yeah, it would suck if you can't like play across different platforms on a game like that. And I'm not really sure how that's going to work. But the game comes out a week from now, so I'm hoping the developers like clarify before the release date. So yeah, that was Day of the Devs. That was the Summer Game Fest. Devolver Digital Direct is in about 1 hour from now, so rather than end the stream here, I think I could do a little bit of like filler Fortnite content, and then we can do the Devolver Digital Direct. Quick question, if anybody knows where can I find the Devolver Digital Direct? Like, if anyone can find out where that's taking place. I don't know if it's going to take place on the Game Awards YouTube channel or if that's going to go somewhere else. But yeah, I will set up for Fortnite in just a moment. You'll DM me on Telegram. Right, okay then, sounds good. Right, okay then, so in the meantime, let me just fire up Fortnite. We'll do a couple matches and then we'll get ready for Devolver.